So this is your standard guitar amp. This is I think it's a 15 watt amp. Maybe actually no. This is a 50 watt amp. It your wattage basically it's just what kind of output it has, what kind of power. Like if you were gigging in a bar, say, you'd need at least 60 watt all the way up to 150 watt amp to get enough sound. Like you gotta believe people when they say if you don't protect your ears when you're playing in a rock band, you will probably go deaf. It's gonna happen. So basically your amp, it has, well, all amps they're all a little different. They all have their own kind of setup, but there are kind of universal features that they all possess. One of them would be your volume knob. Pretty self-explanatory. Just controls the volume. A lot of amps would have separate volume dials for separate channels. So if you wanted to play kind of clean guitar, you'd have it on one channel, and then you'd switch it over to you know, your distorted channel, and you'd have a different volume setting for that. The other settings would be, let's see, what do we got here? We've got well, we have our bass, which controls the kind of the lower the tone of the lower pitched notes. Higher enough can give you kind of rounder, fuller sound. We have a chorus switch on this particular amp, and chorus basically it just creates a mimicked effect. It just plays. It kind of plays back what you play. It's almost doubling up what you play. We have our level here, which basically just controls. Again, it controls it controls a range. So your level controls a certain range of your volume as well. Basically, the higher your level, the higher all the different volume settings are. So it can really boost your volume, but it can also totally overpower your volume as well. We also have our treble here, which is pretty universal to every amp. Controls the opposite of the bass. Basically, it's the higher pitched strings and the higher pitched tones, so it will create a more rock effect. But again, can become really scratchy and horrible if you have it too high, or if your guitar is naturally trebly, like my Fender Stratocaster is a very trebly guitar. So that said, I always need a lower treble. And we have our reverb, which you probably see on every amp these days. Reverb is kind of like it's almost like your ambience. It's and its highest setting, it almost creates like an echo for whatever you're playing. It makes it sound like it's, you know, depending on where you have your reverb, it can sound like you're playing your guitar in a hall, or, you know, in a stadium even. It all just depends on what your settings, what your preference is. Personally, I play with no reverb in most cases, because I prefer the kind of the attack, the first note on the guitar to be, you know, kind of powerful, straight at you. I'll show you some of the amp effects in action anyway. So my normal sound, and now I'm going to add some chorus. Pretty cool. Okay, the next effect I'll add will be some reverb. I'll show you what your reverb can be like. As you can see, it's kind of like it's far away, it's drifted off. So without the reverb, it's like.